Hello, wealthy family, and welcome to today's video. Thank you so much for coming and sharing some time with me. I love and appreciate you all. So, there's been, I don't know where the memo came from, how I missed it, because I keep my ears to the streets, but everybody is talking like this with the mic now. Everyone is holding the mic here in front of them. People that I've never seen use these mics, and they're doing it like this, and I'm like, this is insane. This is insane balls. But I do realize the quality difference when I use my mic, either these mics or when I use my camera with the mic. So I am going to use this, but I'm going to clip it on my shirt because holding it is annoying. Like, I don't know. I don't know how other people do it, why they do it, but it's annoying, right? But when I do my interviews, when I do my meditations, when I do my commercials, like I always use these mics and just clip on my clothes. I'm like, just clip it. Why do they hold it? If you all know why, tell me why. Why do they hold it? Somebody said it's because they don't know what to do with their hands, but I know what to do with my hands, and I do. I talk a lot with my hands, maybe because I'm a reader, I'm always shuffling and moving. I love feeling the energy and my transmute chakras in my palms. So, I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, today's video, we are talking about being built different. Okay? Being built different. Okay? Shout out to me. Because my husband and I, we talk about everything all the time. Okay? So there was a conversation we had a few weeks ago, I think maybe. And I was just saying, listen, if anything were to happen, I don't think, like, if we were to break up or if something were to happen and, we were no longer together, whatever the circumstance is, I don't know if I could go out here and date anybody. Like, I don't think I could find myself back in another stable relationship. And of course, anything can happen, but really, like, my husband checks all the boxes for me, right? One, our souls, we're beyond Zay and Nell. Like, our souls, we have tens of thousands of life cycles together. Okay. So we're here. But I'm just saying, like, the way these men are nowadays, at least what's presented to me, like, I don't know. I don't know. Even the ones with the big muscles, it's like they don't go about it the old school way, right? So their peen is small. They got the micro peen. It's like, what's happening? I'm sorry if that's vulgar, but I'm just saying, right? The way how the development is between generations, it's so wild. It's so crazy. Even some of the females, like, they're I know I have a lot of masculine energy in me, but I do tap into my feminine, right? I am a goddess after all, right? But I feel like some of these females, they are overly like, they're not emasculated, but they're overly masculine. And we were just talking about the different generations, right? Even down to our children, right? My 3-year-old, he'll come from the potty and he'll pull up his pants, but he can't quite get it over his humps. Okay, his humps. And I'm like, babe, you just got to pull it from the top. Stop pulling it from the bottom. Pull it from the top and get it up, right? When he's trying to fit his toys, his shapes, and certain things, and it doesn't go his way, instant attitude. And I'm like, he's showing the I don't want to struggle, right? Our older children, we have children ranging from ages 25 to well, I won't count the 17-year-old, 25 to 19. And like, even their experiences and how well, shit, 25 is about to be 26. He's about to be 26, y'all. That's funny. Wow. But anyway, yeah, their different way how they interact with the world, right? That full of privilege, full of I don't want to struggle. And I agree, you should not have to struggle. I don't want to struggle shit. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to fight. But when there's a little bit of resistance that comes up against them, sometimes it's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to bother. And it's not just our children. I mean, of course, that's everywhere. Because if you're experiencing it one way, you're experiencing it somewhere else. Because whatever you're doing is not new. Whatever you're experiencing is not new. You're not alone in this. A lot of times you feel, oh, I'm alone in this. I only feel this way. Nobody else quite gets me. And that's not true. Not at all. Not even a little bit. Right? People can relate. Right? I was just talking about relatability. A lot of times why you all love connecting with me is because you can relate. What it is I'm going through, you are going through as well. So as we begin to shift, right, as our elders begin to fade and our new elders take their place and the rising elders are coming up, and then the future leaders, they're evolving. As we go through that, we have to realize that generations are built different. And the generations that are coming in, especially these COVID babies, listen, them them different breed. They're moving fast. They know what they want. They're spiritually in tune. And a lot of them may not have they're not on a spectrum, but they may not have full speech development, because it's like they tell a lot of the secrets because they're so smart, they're so wise. So they're just talking, share, and some of the adults may not be able to handle it. Right? So if you have a baby like that from 2018, 19, specifically 20, 21, 22, 23, not quite the 24, but those, like, what was that, 5 years, 6 years? From 18 to 23, listen, those babies, they are so wise, so smart, so intelligent, beyond years. They just came flooding in, and they came in at a time where there was a rift and a split. So depending on who their parents were, they are coming in with a whole different set of knowledge. They're here to use technology. They're here to control technology, right? Whereas the other generations, we have, like my generation, internet, email, and all that. That came through me. I was born in the 80s. That came through me, right? Cell phones being first in the car, then being in now to your pocket, right? When phones could only, I remember when they first had the first camera phone, right? When you first were able to play music on your phone, and they're like, wait, your phone can do all these things? When the first touchscreen phone came out, like, I experienced all of that, right? So as we are developing technology and learning technology and creating and adapting it, these younger children, the future leaders, they're coming in to control it. And they're going to be like, okay, I don't need a maid. I don't need a maid to do the laundry, because I'm going to have it automated and make it easy. And that's why they don't want to go through the struggle, because they're kind of on that teeter-totter where it's like, I shouldn't have to be fighting for this. I should have a life of ease. And yes, you should. Of course, you should have a life of ease. However, your life cannot always be easy, because then you will lack character. And character is what sets you apart from the technology. You need to have that character development. So coming together, like in groups, right? Having this social life, a lot of them lack that. A lot of people from ages, I don't know what years they would have been born, right? Maybe 2000, because we're 25. So from 2000 to like 2010, like those like 15 to 25 years old, they kind of lack social interaction correctly. So their character development is different. So how they approach problems is way off the Richter scale, right? When you are interacting with individuals, when you're talking to individuals, you learn different personalities. And if you didn't have that growing up, then now walking around as an adult trying to sort things through, or as times begin to change, right? Because 2025 feels complete already. We're almost in April 2025. It feels completely different already in these few short months than what 2024 did. Already. Already. So if you're stuck in your generation and this is how it should be, and you're not allowing yourself to be peripheral and to adapt and to realize, okay, these other individuals, they didn't have the examples, they didn't have the leaders, they didn't have the elders, they didn't have XYZ to help shape them. Now you're coming off with their perception of prejudice. You're prejudiced against, why are you thinking that way? Why are you behaving that way? Why are you this and that? Because you're comparing them to what it is that you went through, right? So have grace when you're dealing with individuals. And if they're like, you know what, I don't want to struggle, I want to manifest, I want to use technology, I want to do what it is, that's fine. But always have a balance. You always got to have a balance in these things. You always got to have a balance in everything. And that's how you succeed. Because too much of anything is bad. Too much water is bad. Too much iron is bad. Too much sleep is bad. Too much sitting is bad. Too much standing is bad. You got to have that balance. All right. So that's that. I mean, I intend that you comprehend what it is that I'm sharing with you, right? Because how we deal with people, you never know who you're going to need. You're never going to know who you run into. And dismissing people because they have a different background or because they may seem young, sometimes that can cut your blessings. That can cut what it is that you may have been able to benefit from because you are prejudiced against the package, right? Don't shoot the messenger. It's coming to mind. All right. So that is that, wealthy family. That's all that I have for you today. I love you all. I'm looking at I think that's a hummingbird, like it's a little tiny bird going back and forth. Is that significant to anyone? Hummingbirds are so sweet. They're about fast moving energy, fast pace, like let's get it done energy, right? I love that. I think I was talking to someone about hummingbirds the other day and what it represents. Like they're the only birds that can fly backwards, right? But then they can take off and move forward and propel and project themselves. But yeah, I don't know why we're going off in that tangent. But anyway, that is that. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love.